So, hi guys, welcome to another episode of the On Team section. And I have someone here. We go way back from SHS at Asamankase. So, I have Cisse here. He's in the Netherlands. Yeah, he's in the Netherlands. We're going to have a conversation about marriage abroad and why it seems to be failing and why we don't seem to have any good examples of marriages, in the diaspora. So, yeah, welcome, Cisse. Welcome.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Welcome.
Very good.
Yes, sir. Welcome. It's been a while. It's been It's been years.
Nowadays, we just don't see ourselves physically, but because of social media, we are able to interact and all that. Yeah.
Exactly. Social media helps. I mean, it's made the world a global village.
In fact, yeah.
Yeah, it's made the world a global village. So I wanted to ask something. Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask this. This is a question that had been on my mind for a very long time, and I wanted to ask that: why do women from Africa, when they are brought over by their partners, why do they seem to suddenly change the moment they land in UK, US, or Canada, or whatever? What's the main cause of this sudden change in behavior and attitude?
We know ourselves back home in Africa, and then we know how Europe and the system is. I can say it's not the same. The system here and the system in Africa is not the same. But most of the women who change, the underlying word is change.
Change.
Number one is because of greediness, and secondly, because they change a society. They left a society where certain things are not tolerated, and then they came into a society where certain things are tolerated. If you look at some of the things that are tolerated by women in Europe, I will not say a lot of negatives about it because it is their system. They think women comes top. But back home, it is not like that. Most of the women, the number one, the biggest thing that I will talk about is greediness. Greediness. Because she has come into a system where she is seeing that she is powerful. So even back home, women who feel they are more powerful than their husbands tend to disrespect them and try to malign them. So the moment they feel they are powerful, but that shouldn't be the case. You see, marriage is marriage. We come together as a companion to come and help each other. We are not full. A half and a half person come together to be full. But the moment you come and then one person feels too powerful, definitely we will have issues. Some to start misbehaving because they think they have seen money. Because she has money, she has seen euros, she has seen pounds, she has seen dollars and all that, and she can take care of herself. She can do everything by herself. So she has to rub shoulders with the husband. And with that, we see ourselves in these situations we are seeing nowadays. So it's all about greediness. Apart from greediness, I don't see anything why a woman should come and rub shoulders and try to do all these things we see on social media doing to your husband, the one who brought you to come and live with him and live and build a family. So personally, I think it's also about the kind of woman. We can't say all the women.
Yes.
The kind of woman. If you want me to go further, I will say the kind of family she's coming from. Who is she? Who is that woman? Always I see people talking about these things, and I say that no, listen, let's not say it's all the women who do that. It is not all the women, it's some of them. Some of them. So let's look at who that woman is in the first place. Which family is she coming from? What is her ideas? What is her mentality? What does she think? What are her visions? We have to look out for all these things because not every woman will do that.
True. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely some good women out there.
There are definitely some good women who came here to build families with their husbands. They have kids who are lawyers, who are teachers, who are doctors. Yes, here. Since 90s, since 80s. But now, the women we have now think, look at what we see on social media now. A woman, it's not compulsory for her to wash her husband's clothes. It's not compulsory for you to cook. It's not compulsory. Those things are the reasons why we are having all these problems. So as a man, you have to look out for the kind of woman you are getting married to. Sometimes you even have issues with her back home. You have issues with her. That woman that you have issues with her, you can't agree on a simple thing. Then you should know that there wouldn't be peace when you
bring them. Yeah, I mean, that's really common sense. If you're having issues with a woman in Ghana, why would you bring her abroad? Because it's going to escalate things. And here, when a woman says something about a man, it's the word of the woman against the word of the man, and women would always win. The system fight for a woman. The system supports a woman. So regardless of the behavior or what the woman is doing, you can't really do anything. And that's actually a very great point. If you are having issues with a woman back in Ghana, do not bring the person abroad.
Most of them, they have issues with them already back home. Most of them, because as a normal human being, no normal human being who comes in, because I came abroad, I have to send my husband out of the house. The house, he owns the house. You see? So if you look at it logically, it's not normal. No normal human being will do that. So she is like that from home. But if you ask questions, some people also say some of the women too were not like that. They came to change here.
No. I personally, I don't believe. Personally, I don't believe. No, because there would always be signs.
I don't believe
there would always be signs. There would always be signs.
But
there
bro,
would always be
some too. Yeah. Some of them too. Well, the moment they get here, then their families start to confuse them. Yeah. You have traveled. You also have to do something at home. You also have to this. Don't give him the chance. And friends, sometimes they find themselves in the group of friends at work and all that. Some of the old cargos, that's how I call them, old cargos. There are some women who broke their homes, and now they try to break other people's homes.
Yes. That's old actually cargos. Very common.
That's the name. Yeah, they find themselves what, Pamono, send him out, throw his things out. They give them this, but at the end of the day, no sensible woman will listen to these things if she didn't prepare to do that, even since when she was home.
That's the thing.
When she was in Africa.
That's the thing.
So they have the mind already. You see, most men ignore, or both men and women ignore a lot of red flags before we get married. Yeah. We see a lot of red flags, but because we base our spec on one particular thing. There are some men, if a woman have big bottles, the rest can wait.
Yes. That's true.
Nobody is saying don't look out for big bottles. That is what you want. It's beautiful. But see, before you prepare fufu, you can't just buy plantain, cut it and start eating and call it fufu. Yeah. It goes through process. So if all the process is not met, you will not have fufu.
Yeah.
So if all the specs are not met, if you want to buy an iPhone and you want iPhone 16, you need to meet a particular spec. It has the screen size of this. It has the memory size of this. It can meet what you are going to use it for.
Yeah.
But if you choose one, the bottles on alone, in fact, you're gonna suffer at the end of the day. So most of the guys look out for, and the women. Look, the moment the woman sees, also by trade, he's a TikTok, he has 6 packs. The moment she sees the 6 packs, the rest, if his husband beat her cry, she doesn't care at that moment. Or better, he will change. So when relatives start setting in, they will start coming to social media to cry.
Yeah.
You see. So I can say 99% of people see the red flags. They see even one, they see it. They just ignored it. Some people say, baby, where we have gotten to, we can't go back. I have done a lot of investments. I have done this. I have spent a lot of time with her, 7 years, so we can't go back. Blah, 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 blah. Then boom, they get married. Because I don't see why you get married to someone that you plan to marry. You look out for. You see how she is, everything. Some people even live together for about 3-4 years before they get married. But after the marriage, then they start having issues.
Yeah.
Then you think, if the question is, what were you looking out for? It means you blind yourself from certain things. And now the reality set in, and then you regret.
That is true. That is true. I've heard someone say he got married to so someone was going to get married. I saw the lady and I was like, "Ish, Charlie, this girl you go married, yeah. Hey, wait, whoa, Charlie, the girl at least Charlie, the girl she feel ride me, oh, yeah, she feel ride me rough." And I was like, "Yo, so you are going to marry her because she can ride you?
Because she can ride you. Imagine."
What?
Will you be riding the whole years of your life? A day will come where your head is aching and she has to put some kind of cold warm water on your head. She has to give you medicine. She has to give you water to bath. She has to cook for you to eat. A time will come where you need her to do something else, not riding.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things you have to look out for. But you take one. And most of the bloggers who have issues, most of the guys abroad who have issues with these women is because they showed money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have always said that do not marry someone's girlfriend or boyfriend. If you look at our society, I'm not saying marry someone who has never dated before. No. If I say somebody's boyfriend, it means she is dating him. And then you showed money and power.
You showed them money.
You showed money. When you came, when you proposed, she told you someone is there.
Yeah.
And you went further to ask, do you love him? In fact, that thing is trash. Don't do it. She says someone is there. Someone is there. Then you pull out. You pull out immediately. But you ask, do you love him? That is where she will say, give her time. The time you are going to give her is she is going to assess you and that person. And the first assessment 80% of women do is money and power. Do you have more money and power than him? Do you have 6 packs than him? Do you have a nice body, the body she's looking for than him? The moment you pass, then she come and say yes to you. It doesn't mean she loves you, but she compared you with that guy. Then she realized that you stand tall. So when she starts coming to mess up with you, my brother, don't cry. Don't cry. Accept it in a good faith.
because it makes sense, because the whole thing makes the whole relationship a transaction. So you had something she wanted, and then she came. At the end of the day, there's always someone who has more than what you brought. So when she meets someone who has more than you, it's automatic. She moves on.
Exactly.
It's literally like a barter trade.
Exactly.
You had the money, she had the body. All right, let's trade. At the end of the day, it will get to a point where your money is no longer meeting her requirements, or her body is no longer meeting your requirements, and then sure, you find a younger girl, she finds someone with money, and then makes sense.
You might even look ugly to her. Yes, that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. You might look ugly to her, but at that moment, she needed more clothes, she needed more bags, she needed more shoes. Women can do that. They can just accept to marry a man because he can provide what she wants at that particular time.
Yeah.
Not because she can give her the love and comfort she's looking for forever. No. At that particular moment,
the person can provide.
Exactly, you can provide. And most of the guys living abroad, you can provide anything the lady is looking for in Ghana.
Yeah, I mean...
See, when you propose to a woman here in abroad, look at the relationship people go through here. If somebody tells you I have a girlfriend abroad, their relationship is different from the one you have in Ghana. Because that lady might be your colleague at work. You are paid 2,000 euros, she's paid 2,000 euros. You are living in a one-bedroom apartment, she's living in a one-bedroom apartment. You buy sneakers, she buys sneakers. You go to a restaurant, you pay, she pays. So that relationship is different. there's a lot of sacrifices by both of you. But back home, one sacrifice more. You buy the hair, you buy the sneakers, you buy this, you buy that, you buy data, you buy everything. So you think, so you see, man has to rise up.
Yeah, let me interject. I went for a conference, and then I met this man. He's English, so we're having a conversation. He was like, "Oh, from your accent, are you Ghanaian?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Ghanaian." And he was like, "Oh, he's actually dating a Ghanaian girl, but he doesn't think he would go forward with the marriage. Like he can't take it anymore." And I was like, okay. And then he was like, oh, he's got friends who's also dating, or some of them have even gone ahead to marry Ghanaian ladies, and all of them are complaining, and he's going through the same thing. And I was like, okay, can you tell me what exactly is happening? And he was like, dating or marrying a Ghanaian woman who was born and raised in Ghana and moved here later on, it's equivalent to walking into a pet store and buying yourself a pet.
Yeah.
It's the same. Yeah. You provide what they would eat,
everything,
what they would wear,
everything,
every single thing. And for him, he doesn't think he can take that into his future. So he's going to call off the relationship and all that. And unfortunately, I couldn't defend them. I was quiet.
You can't defend because that's the reality.
Yeah, that's the reality. I couldn't. Yeah. I was like, wow. I mean, it is what it is. And I told him, it's because of how they are raised, cultural stuff. And it was like, well, that's bad. I'm like, well, that's what we are in. So, hey, we have no option, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild because I don't know if you saw this video, but there was a video recently of a lady beating up, kind of abusing her husband. And it was so bad. I think the men should, as you said, the foundation of the relationship or the foundation of the marriage is so if they have bad foundations, the marriages are going to just collapse regardless.
Exactly. There's nothing you can do about it. You see, I always say that when I'm advising people, my marriage is almost 5 years. We are still young, but if somebody get married and for 1 year, in fact, the person has the right to talk about marriage. The only person who doesn't have right to talk about marriage is the one
who is not married. Yeah, that's true.
You see, marriage, childbirth, death, if it doesn't happen to you, whatever you say is trash. Yeah. So people who talk about marriage who are not married, Masa, you just read something and you are talking about it. Wait and feel it for even 1 week.
You would experience it.
Living with a girlfriend is different from living with a wife.
With a wife. Yeah.
People should understand. So I always advise those who are yet to get married and give a pinch of advice to those who are married already, because you've already put in yourself into the thing. So we can't do much, because see, any building that doesn't have a good foundation, at the end of the day, it has to be collapsed, even if it doesn't collapse by itself. When building contractors comes to it, whatever the advice they will give is that collapse the building and rebuild it. So the marriage has to be collapsed and rebuilt, which many people cannot do. So I don't go there too much, but I advise those who are yet to get married, those who are living together, those who are courting, those who are dating, and blah blah blah. The advice we'll give you is look out for what you are looking for. Make sure they meet the entire spec, not one.
No one spec.
And then the family. See, when you are dating somebody, they waste time on sex only. Sex is one part. See, sex is one part. Yes, on relationship. Sex is one part of relationship. A time will come, you'll be living together. You'll be undressing together. You'll be bathing together. And then you'll not even think. I think, let me tell you something. After I got married, about 2-3 days, I was sitting down myself in my couch, and I was telling myself, so this is the thing it was in clothes. They were wearing clothes, and we were chasing it. Yeah. Every guy, you want to actually go there.
Yeah.
But the moment you go in there, you realize that master, it just a part of it.
Of the
There are a
person. Yeah.
lot of things you have to endure
Yeah.
living with somebody.
Yeah.
So you have to ask yourself all these questions. Apart from the big bottles, can you live with her for 1 month in one room under one roof?
Under one roof. Most people can't.
There are
Most
some people you cannot live with. They have big bottles, but you cannot live with. You cannot lie on the bed with that bottles for 1 month. You can't. No, we have to ask ourselves questions, bro.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
See, she comes to pass the night. You have sex with her. She leaves.
Yeah.
That is what you have been doing for 2 years. Then you think you are ready to get married to. No. Sometimes you have to check the conversations. What does she believe into? What are her visions? Don't sit her down and tell her to give you your visions. So she's not on an interview panel. No, but talking to her, if you do that, she can go and research on something and tell you what you want to hear. But during conversations, when something happens, pick your point from there.
That's true.
Things happen between you. You have issues. Hey, some people got married when they were dating. People had to sit in their relationship for several times. They know. A lot of people sat on your relationship, apologize, forgive her, forgive him, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people came in. Your parents came in. And you think this relationship after marriage will hold?
It won't. It wouldn't. There's no way.
So this is where you have to pick your point. When you have argument, when you have disagree on something, how does she react? How does he react? You ask questions, you look up to a lot of things, her visions, you ask questions, you see where she wants to go. What does she think about? If she's alone, how does she think? What does she feel about living alone, living without you? You don't have a passport, but when you get a passport, you travel, you know. So you have to ask yourself, if she's living alone, there are some women who cannot live alone for 1 week without their partners. They can't.
Yeah.
You have to find out.
Yeah.
You have to find out. Because you didn't find out, you were enjoying her during that time. You didn't know that, and she was so horny and you were happy. You forgot that you will travel, you will leave, and then she will be alone in the room, and then she might not control. And we can blame her. So all these things we have to find out. So you have to look out for who she is.
Okay.
How does she behave with her colleagues? How does she behave with her siblings? They are all important.
Oh yeah.
When she's angry, how does she behave? A lady can insult you. She's your wife. You are dating her, and then something small she tells you, grow up. You are a man. You have to learn sense. You have to be sensible. She tells you this, and then you think you can get married to her?
Yeah, walk away.
See, there's a kind of disrespect after we sleep with the women. Everybody knows this. Every man knows this. The moment you go off clothes with a woman, your respect comes down. Even the chief, the president, the chief in your community, the husband, the wife see him to be something, some small boy, no matter her age. Yes, in our Zongo community, you hear some of the guys say, "Hey, why do you want to disrespect me? Me, you want to?" No, what you forgot when you were on bed with her mourning and screaming. That is where the disrespect started. You became like a small boy. You became like a baby, lying down. That is where the disrespect started. You see, so you have to look out for who she is. How does she behave when she's among her colleagues? Today she's fighting with her friend. Tomorrow she's fighting with her sister. Tomorrow she's fighting with her mother. Tomorrow she's fighting with somebody. You know all these, and then you went ahead to get married to her. And at the end of the day, when reality sets in, you come to cry.
Yeah, there's this thing I say, that if on your wedding day, if your wife's friends come to the wedding, or her bridesmaids or whatever start twerking at the wedding, know that you are in for a treat.
Easy.
Know that you
Simple.
if her bridesmaids come, her friends come, and they are jumping, they are screaming, they are twerking, they are behaving all kinds of, ways that are unacceptable in ways of culture or societal norms. Yeah, you are in for a treat in that marriage.
They say, show me your friend, and let me show you your character. I think people say it's not true. Seriously, it's true.
It is true.
It is true. Show me your friend, I show you your character.
Let me show you your character.
Because we take a pinch of things from our friends. Some of the things we condone our friends do, it means when we get a chance, we'll do it. Even if we are not doing it. When we get a chance, we'll do it.
Yeah.
You know her friend. You know the friends she work with. You know the people she spent her time with. Oh, my wife, that she's free with men. She just free. Her friends are guys.
No.
Man, it's a no. Please, it's a no.
That's a red
banner. It's a no. There are some women whose parents cannot even advise. There are some ladies who doesn't have advisors.
Yeah.
Like, she's doing something and somebody will call her out. And then she'll become, I'm sorry. You know she's that type. Sometimes she does something, you go and tell her mom, whilst you are dating, you tell her mom, and her mom says, she's like that too. Even if I talk, she doesn't hear. That's a red flag.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
Run away.
Run for your life.
Run for your life.
Yeah, run for your life. Definitely
Don't
run
think
for your life.
People say he will change. Man, the thing he or she is doing now, after marriage, they are going to do quadruples of it. You can't change anyone.
No.
Nobody can change an adult. If you see a weed smoker smoking, it's not because of some rehabilitation or somebody's advice. It's the mindset. The person sat down to think a time has come for me to change, and they change.
Yeah.
If that mindset doesn't come, if they don't think about changing, you lie bad. You can't change them. Especially a woman trying to change a man.
No, that's impossible. That's impossible. I have a question. I have a question. Is it worth, okay, as men who live in the diaspora, is it worth for us to marry women in Ghana or in our home countries and bring them over, or we just have to settle for those who are already here, born here, raised here? Because for me, personal preference, I think marrying someone who is already accustomed to the culture here, maybe born here, grew up here, works out better than bringing someone who's at the end of the day coming to lord over you. For me, that is my personal preference. So I want to know if it's worth it. I mean, is it worth it?
You see, both sides, we have advantages and disadvantages.
Okay.
You, the man who is, it's worth it to marry someone from here. That is, if you are also from here.
Okay.
If you were also born here, you understand what she understands.
True.
But, my guy, you came here 3 years ago. You found someone who has lived all her life here. It is going to be the same as bringing someone from home to come here.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Because she's also like a lord over you.
True.
Because she understands she knows what you don't know.
Yeah.
The same thing applies to the one coming from home. If you look at that, so it's worth it if you have lived here for a long time, like 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, and then you understand the system.
Okay, yeah, okay.
That one, I can say it's worth it. But if you've lived here all your life, like 20 years, and then you go home, after 6 months, you get married to somebody. Some people even stay here, then they find a woman at home, and they do everything, the traditional marriage, everything. See, you are setting yourself on a time bomb. You are buying a bomb. I'm telling you. See, there was a story on TikTok that somebody got married, and the woman, he bought ticket for the wife to come to him in US, and then the day he went to meet the wife at the airport, he went to stay there from morning to evening, and then he didn't find her. At the end of the day, they were told that someone else came to pick her. Whoa. And then after a lot of investigation, they realized that the lady even came some weeks before the date on the ticket the husband bought. That means the boyfriend bought a new ticket.
Wow.
If she was supposed to come on 25th of March, the boyfriend bought 10th March for her. So she arrived in the country even before.
Akwaya no bia kawa.
Akwaya no one dear, I'm Obi. So that thing, people were crazy about it, but me, I wasn't. Look at the
Yeah,
the root,
the foundation is bad. Yeah.
The one that you even live with, dated, or maybe went through normal process, you met her, you spoke, blah blah blah. Even that one could see same. And then you live here because you are the boss, you are holding a lot of dollars. You give money, hey, $500, $5,000, hey, 2,000, hey, buy this, buy that. It's like you are buying her.
Yeah.
And she sit down and laugh at you. Look at this one. So a lot of people shows money. They show money. That's why in my previous comment I said, don't marry somebody's boyfriend. Don't marry somebody's girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's dating the boyfriend. She loves him. But you went to show money. You show dollars. Most of the parents too are just in the coat, greedy.
Oh yeah.
They go in for the one who has money. They call it, he can take care of her. That thing, you're making a channel. In what sense? In what sense? Who is qualified to take care of who? Don't we have stingy rich men?
Oh yes.
Whose money doesn't buy diaper? Whose money doesn't buy food? Some rich men don't even buy food for themselves. They don't buy food. You follow him, and then you will not eat.
Speaking of rich men. So I used to have friends, some friends who were lawyers. So they had connections in all these marriage registry and the rest. When these rich men get married to these young girls, or these girls, obviously the men know that these girls are coming because of my money. After the whole wedding thing, they come to these lawyers who were my friends, and they would have them make divorce certificates for them. So even the women have no idea that maybe a month after the marriage, they got divorced.
Wow.
They haven't got a clue. At the end of the day, if the man should pass, and then you come and say, oh yeah, I'm his wife, I'm entitled to ABCD, they tell you, no, actually,
you are not.
Yeah, actually, you were divorced 2 months after you got married.
Imagine.
The men are smart. I mean, for me, I see that to be a very smart move. Like, they are protecting the asset, because these women
Bro,
they would
but
come
I
in
always
for,
say, don't put your life on like as a cha-cha. Like, let me do it,
Don't
and let me
gamble with
find
your
a
life.
way.
Yeah.
Don't gamble. Like,
Don't gamble
let me
with
find a way. If you look at the advices you see on social media, somebody will tell, do this, do this, go there. Why do I have to go through all this? Well, there is a simple way.
Stay away.
So you ask a question that, is it worth it taking the one here or that? Sometimes the one you are going to bring from home, it's the same thing like we said previously. It depends on her background. See, when you are getting married to a woman, remember you are getting married to even the cattle in her family, even the pets in her family. Somebody will say, oh, her parents are not good, but the lady is good. Hey, who told you? Hey, who told you? Hey,
You go over you.
Okay, she's good. Her parents are not good. Who is going to hand over to you? Who is going to give her to you? Her
parents, yeah.
And they supersede her. Their decision holds in the marriage.
Yeah.
And sometimes some aunties somewhere, their decisions holds some aunties. They are all important. You have to look out for them.
I actually loathe aunties than parents, because some of the aunties are demonic.
if the auntie stamp on the marriage, it works. But if she doesn't stamp, you lie bad.
Some of the aunties
even if at the end of the
bad.
day you get married to her, you have issues. See, that's why our forefathers told us, you don't marry the woman or man, you marry the family. So look out for, that's why they say, do research. Take your time. Do research. But those guys living in a diaspora do not do a lot of research. If you look at those who are married to the women already before they brought them, the issues are even less than the ones who came here and went back to go and marry them. At that point, you are coming as a burger. You are coming as a US burger. Because even now, the countries, the ladies have levels. If you are from US, they know how to treat you. If you are from Spain, they know how to treat you. If you are from Italy, if you are from Netherlands, if you are from UK, they know how to treat you. Yeah, seriously, it's true. They know, they have levels. You see? So you came as a US burger. So as your acceptance and everything is 80% based on material.
The fact that
The fact that everybody will even advise her, hey, accept him, be fast, he can take care of you, he will send you abroad. Even some of the guys even tell them, if you accept me, I will bring you abroad. I will do this. I have 3 house apartment, I have a car, blah, blah, blah. Then he will be sending pictures standing on big cars while the car doesn't belong to him. See, some of the things we do is the reason why the women do what they do to us. If the woman to live is you married to her before you traveled, let her know what you are going through every day and then. Don't hide all the debts. If it is a video, let her see it. Whatever you are going through, whatever work you are doing, sometimes you make the impression, you make it look like you are living in a heaven. At the end of the day, she will come and know that you are cleaning toilet. And then she'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
And then she'll think, Massa, I know someone who is doing this. Women are like that.
Yeah.
So let her know where that money you are using to feed her is coming from. Be truthful to her. Let her understand. You see, there are some women, you let them feel what you are feeling, even when they are not there. So before she comes, she knows what is going on there.
Yeah.
You see, why a lot of people are selling their properties to travel abroad? It's because the people don't tell them the reality, the truth. But if the one bringing you sits you down and tell you the reality, and then you also have a good heart to accept the reality, even if you come, it will be better.
Yeah, you have expectations.
You have fair idea. You have expectations. But the person tells you a whole lot of nice things, and then you come, and then you only see beautiful building, but you see work. You see that you have to work your ass out, but you know you are lazy. Man, you regret ever getting the visa.
Yeah. That is true. That
So,
is true. It's been
exactly. So if you let the person knows what is going on, and some men too, sometimes let's speak for the women too. Let's face the truth. Some of the issues come from the man.
Okay.
He feels, I brought you. I brought you here. I took you from the gutters. Those words, no sensible human being should say it.
Should say it, yeah.
Don't do it. She's your wife. Don't do it. Even if you pick her from the gutters, remember you were doing I love you, hey, baby, baby, hey, don't step here. Hey, you.
Yeah.
Remember when you pick her from the gutters? What happened between you guys? Did you leave her in gutters, or you clean her and put her on your beautiful bed? Remember. So I brought you from the gutters, and you did this, and then I spent this amount of money. So you have to pay your wife. So you start psyching her. You start making her aggressive. You start making her feel bad. She has a lot of bad feeling in her heart. She goes to her workplace and tells somebody. If you are not lucky and she meets an old cargo who is already bitter,
it go over you.
It go over you. That is when the men start going through all of this. You brought your wife. You had a girlfriend before you brought your wife. You have to quit the relationship with the girlfriend before your wife comes. but you still have her as a side thing.
A side chick, yeah.
A side chick. Side chicks doesn't work here, you know, bro. You know.
Yeah.
If you think you cannot live with one woman, don't bring your wife abroad. If you think you cannot, don't do it. If you want to have two, one has to be in Ghana.
Oh, yeah.
So that anytime you go to Ghana, you go and wine with her. But
That's
you
true.
cannot do two here. If you do that, you will be in problem. You will be in a big problem. You know it. But you do it, you hide and do it. If she catch you and she starts giving you headaches, and then you come to tell the whole world that she's cheating, blah blah blah. She has thrown my this out. She has thrown me out from the house. So all these issues, if we go down and investigate, 50% is from the guys.
Yeah. We set the expectations of
Either we showed the money, either we poured money out there, or we didn't tell them the truth, or we brought them and tried to maltreat them. We tried to maltreat them. So some women to issues deciding to maltreat them, and then they get their voice, massa, and they get their voice. Like you maltreat her. See, you can maltreat a woman; she'll be quiet. You think she's submissive. She's waiting for the day you will be down, a day you have stroke, a day you fall sick. Somebody can wait for you for 45 years. And when you are 70 and then you are down, that is when she show you pepper. And people will say, she was just waiting for the opportunity. So sometimes we should treat them well. We should be fair with them. They are our wives. Somebody say, the question is, who is that year of yours? Who is she? We are not all married to the same women. No matter how bad a man is, we still have a good man.
Yeah.
No matter how bad a woman is, we still have good women.
Yeah.
Seriously, God-fearing women who can stay strong no matter what, whether rain or shine. People should understand that. So don't think because Mr. A, Mr. B's wife did this or that. If you also bring, baby, I will join Jinano or you need your wife close to you wherever you find yourself.
Yeah.
If you want to live a chaste life. But if you think you don't have the strength to bring her around, that one is not compulsory. It's not compulsory. Everybody have their family values. Somebody think he has to raise his kids back home. Somebody thinks he wants to raise them here so that they have some freedoms some other kids are having. They have good education and blah blah blah. I always say there are good educations in Ghana. We have a lot of good private schools. We have a lot of good hospitals, private hospitals. It's money. If you have money, the life you are living in abroad, you can live the same life back home. Just that you will take your J-Wagon and use on the same road everybody's using. That one, you will be in traffic for 5 hours before you get to work. That one, whether you like it or not, it will happen. Apart from that, there are a lot of basic amenities that if you have money, you can do it. Nobody is forcing you to bring your wife abroad, but you have to know who your wife is. Don't use somebody's issues, somebody's predicament to stop you from bringing your wife close to you. It gets to a point, if you don't have your wife close to you, you might go into fornication. You might find somebody else. The moment you bring somebody else who is not your wife or your second wife or third wife, definitely you will have issues with the first one. So we have to understand that. Sometimes you have to understand their feelings. But if you have the strength and then you can go home every year or every 6 months, it's fine. But you leave some people leave them for 4, 5 years, 10 years, and they are home, and then you still want her to be submissive. You want her to be good. You want her to wait for you. That one is not fair.
Yeah, that's not fair.
It's not fair. It's never fair.
Yeah.
You are using the quote that women, if you bring them abroad, they do that. Okay, are you also going home to meet some of her feelings? Are you also going home to comfort her? Are you also going home to have sex with her? Are you also going home to take care of your kids and hold them and kiss them? Are you also doing it? No. But if you are doing all of these things, then you are good to go. It's not compulsory.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
this has been such a wonderful conversation. Definitely going to have a part 2 and maybe a part 3 of this, because it's a very deep and wonderful conversation. Thank you so much, Cisse, for your time. Thank you for being on. And so, guys, you can share your opinions, your thoughts in the comments. I know this is going to bring a lot of comments, because it's a topic
and we'll be ready to answer them.
Most definitely. It's a topic that really, really touches the heart of a lot of people. So we are going to definitely see you in the next one. We are going to end this episode here, and going to see you in the next one. And make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. See you in the next episode.